How to develop your talents and use them effectively. Everyone has talents and strengths that they can develop and utilize to achieve success in their personal and professional lives. However, it can be challenging to identify and develop these talents, and even more difficult to use them effectively. In this article, we will discuss some strategies for developing your talent and using it effectively. Identify your strengths and talents. The first step in developing your talent is to identify your strengths and talents. This means reflecting on your skills and abilities, seeking feedback from others, and exploring new areas of interest. Once you have identified your strengths and talents, you can focus your energy on developing them further. Set clear goals. Setting clear goals is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means identifying specific areas that you want to improve, setting achievable goals, and tracking your progress over time. By setting clear goals, you can stay motivated and focused on developing your talents. Seek out opportunities for development. Seeking out opportunities for development is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means seeking out training and development opportunities, engaging in self-directed learning, and seeking mentorship and coaching. By continually seeking out opportunities for development, you can stay up to date on industry trends and best practices and develop your talents to their full potential. Practice regularly. Regular practice is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means setting aside time each day or week to practice your skills and abilities, seeking feedback from others, and continually challenging yourself to improve. By practicing regularly, you can develop your talents to a high level of proficiency. Use your talents in meaningful ways. Using your talents in meaningful ways is essential for using them effectively. This means identifying opportunities to use your talents in your personal and professional life. Seeking out projects and tasks that align with your strengths and talents, and seeking feedback and recognition for your contributions. By using your talents in meaningful ways, you can achieve greater success and fulfillment in your personal and professional life. Embrace a growth mindset. Embracing a growth mindset is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means viewing challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning, seeking out feedback and constructive criticism, and continually pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. By embracing a growth mindset, you can develop a resilience and determination that will help you achieve greater success in the long run. Network with others in your field. Networking with others in your field is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means attending industry events, joining professional organizations, and connecting with others in your field through social media and other online platforms. By networking with others, you can learn from their experiences, gain new perspectives, and identify new opportunities for development. Take calculated risks. Taking calculated risks is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means stepping outside of your comfort zone and taking on new challenges, even if they are outside of your area of expertise. By taking calculated risks, you can expand your skills and abilities, build your confidence, and achieve greater success in your personal and professional life. Seek out mentors and role models. Seeking out mentors and role models is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means identifying individuals in your field who have achieved success, seeking out their guidance and advice, and learning from their experiences. By seeking out mentors and role models, you can gain valuable insights and perspectives, and accelerate your development. Use your talents to make a positive impact. Using your talents to make a positive impact is essential for using them effectively. This means seeking out opportunities to use your talents in service of others, volunteering in your community, and working on projects that align with your values and passions. By using your talents to make a positive impact, you can achieve a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment in your personal and professional life. Emphasize the power of continuous learning. Emphasizing the power of continuous learning is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means staying curious and hungry for knowledge, seeking out new learning opportunities, and being open to new ideas and perspectives. By embracing continuous learning, you can stay ahead of the curve in your field and develop your talents to their fullest potential. Build a support system. Building a support system is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means surrounding yourself with individuals who support and encourage your growth, seeking out feedback and constructive criticism, and leveraging the support of others to help you achieve your goals. By building a strong support system, you can stay motivated and focused on developing your talents. Practice self-care. Practicing self-care is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means taking care of your physical and mental health, getting enough rest and exercise, and finding ways to manage stress and anxiety. By prioritizing self-care, you can maintain your energy and focus, and avoid burnout and exhaustion. Be adaptable. Being adaptable is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means being open to change, embracing new opportunities, and being willing to pivot when necessary. By being adaptable, you can navigate the inevitable ups and downs of your personal and professional life, and continue to grow and develop your talents. Celebrate your successes. Celebrating your successes is essential for using your talents effectively. This means taking time to recognize and celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small they may be. By celebrating your successes, you can build your confidence and motivation, and stay focused on achieving even greater success in the future. Experiment with new approaches. Experimenting with new approaches is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means trying out new methods and techniques, even if they are outside of your usual comfort zone. By experimenting with new approaches, you can discover new ways of working and problem solving, and develop your talents in new and exciting directions. Practice self-reflection. Practicing self-reflection is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means taking time to reflect on your experiences, identifying areas for improvement, and setting goals for future growth. By practicing self-reflection, you can gain insight into your strengths and weaknesses, and develop a plan for continuous improvement. Seek out diverse perspectives. Seeking out diverse perspectives is essential for developing your talent effectively. This means seeking out input and feedback from individuals with different backgrounds and perspectives, and being open to learning from their experiences. By seeking out diverse perspectives, you can broaden your understanding of your field and develop your talents in new and innovative ways. How to focus on the solution, not the problem. In life, we often encounter problems that require our attention and energy to solve. However, focusing too much on the problem itself can lead to negative emotions and a lack of progress. Instead, it's important to shift our focus to finding solutions and taking action. In this article, We will explore some strategies for staying focused on solutions, rather than problems. Define the problem clearly. The first step in focusing on solutions is to define the problem clearly. This involves identifying the root cause of the problem and understanding its impact on the situation. By understanding the problem clearly, we can begin to explore possible solutions. Brainstorm solutions. Once the problem is defined, it's time to brainstorm possible solutions. This can involve generating a list of potential solutions, or collaborating with others to come up with ideas. It's important to remain open-minded and consider all possible solutions, even if they seem unconventional or unlikely. Evaluate solutions. After generating a list of potential solutions, it's important to evaluate each one. This involves considering the pros and cons of each solution, as well as its feasibility and potential impact. It's important to select a solution that is realistic and feasible, and that addresses the root cause of the problem. Take action. Once a solution is selected, it's important to take action. This involves implementing the solution and monitoring its progress. It's important to remain flexible and open to making adjustments as needed. Taking action is a critical step in moving forward and solving the problem. Focus on progress. As we work towards a solution, it's important to remain focused on progress rather than the problem itself. This involves celebrating small wins and acknowledging the progress that has been made. Focusing on progress can help to build momentum and keep us motivated to continue working towards a solution. Seek support. Solving a problem can be a challenging and stressful process. It's important to seek support from others, whether that means collaborating with colleagues or seeking guidance from a mentor. Having a support network can help to keep us motivated and focused on finding solutions. Practice self-care. Finally, it's important to practice self-care throughout the problem-solving process. This involves taking care of our physical, emotional, and mental health. Practicing self-care can help us to stay focused and motivated, and can also help to reduce stress and anxiety. Use positive language. Using positive language can help us to stay focused on solutions, rather than problems. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, we can focus on what we want to achieve. For example, instead of saying we have a problem with our production line, we can say we want to improve our production line efficiency. By using positive language, we can shift our focus towards solutions and stay motivated to achieve our goals. Learn from mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of the problem-solving process. It's important to view mistakes as opportunities for learning and growth, rather than as failures. By reflecting on our mistakes and learning from them, we can improve our problem-solving skills and become more effective at finding solutions. Stay flexible. Solving a problem often requires flexibility and adaptability. It's important to remain open to new ideas and approaches, and to be willing to make adjustments as needed. By staying flexible, we can find creative solutions to even the most challenging problems. Use visualization techniques. Visualization techniques can be a powerful tool for staying focused on solutions. This involves visualizing the desired outcome and imagining the steps needed to achieve it. Visualization can help to clarify goals and keep us motivated to take action towards finding solutions. Focus on the big picture. When faced with a problem, it's easy to become overwhelmed and lose sight of the big picture. It's important to remember why we are trying to solve the problem and what the ultimate goal is. By focusing on the big picture, we can stay motivated and focused on finding solutions. Celebrate success. Finally, it's important to celebrate success along the way. When we achieve a milestone or make progress towards a solution, it's important to take time to celebrate and acknowledge our accomplishments. Celebrating success can help to build momentum and keep us motivated to continue working towards a solution. Break down the problem. Breaking down a complex problem into smaller, more manageable parts can help us to stay focused on finding solutions. This involves breaking down the problem into smaller tasks or sub-problems, and tackling each one individually. By breaking the problem down, we can avoid feeling overwhelmed and stay motivated to find solutions. Use data and evidence. Using data and evidence can help us to stay focused on finding solutions that are based on facts and evidence, rather than emotions or assumptions. This involves gathering data and evidence related to the problem, and using it to inform our decision-making process. By using data and evidence, we can make more informed decisions and find solutions that are more likely to be effective. Practice empathy. Practicing empathy can help us to stay focused on finding solutions that meet the needs of all stakeholders involved. This involves putting ourselves in the shoes of others and considering their perspectives and needs. By practicing empathy, we can find solutions that are more inclusive and effective. Seek diverse perspectives. Seeking diverse perspectives can help us to stay focused on finding solutions that are inclusive and effective for all stakeholders involved. This involves seeking input and feedback from a diverse range of individuals, including those who may have different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. By seeking diverse perspectives, we can find solutions that are more innovative and effective. Stay positive. Staying positive can help us to stay focused on finding solutions, even when faced with challenging problems. This involves maintaining a positive mindset and focusing on what can be done, rather than what cannot.
How to learn how to make better decisions. Making good decisions is an essential skill for success in life. Whether we are making personal or professional decisions, the ability to make good decisions can have a significant impact on our lives. In this article, we will explore some strategies for learning how to make better decisions. Define the decision. The first step in making a good decision is to define the decision clearly. This involves understanding the problem or situation that requires a decision, and identifying the decision that needs to be made. By defining the decision clearly, we can avoid confusion and ensure that we are focused on the right problem. Gather information. Once the decision is defined, it's important to gather information related to the decision. This involves researching the problem or situation, gathering data and facts, and considering the opinions and perspectives of others. By gathering information, we can make a more informed decision that is based on facts and evidence. Consider the consequences. When making a decision, it's important to consider the consequences of each option. This involves considering the potential outcomes of each option, and weighing the pros and cons. By considering the consequences, we can make a decision that is more likely to have a positive outcome. Identify the values involved. Our values and beliefs can have a significant impact on the decisions we make. When making a decision, it's important to identify the values involved and consider how they may influence the decision. By considering our values, we can make a decision that is consistent with our beliefs and that we feel good about. Seek input from others. Seeking input from others can help us to make better decisions by considering a variety of perspectives. This involves seeking advice and feedback from trusted sources, and considering their input when making a decision. By seeking input from others, we can avoid making decisions in a vacuum and gain valuable insights that can help us make a better decision. Consider the timing. Timing can also be an important factor in making a good decision. It's important to consider the urgency of the decision, as well as the potential impact of delaying the decision. By considering the timing, we can make a decision that is appropriate for the situation. Practice self-awareness. Practicing self-awareness can help us to make better decisions by understanding our own biases and limitations. This involves reflecting on our own thoughts and feelings, and considering how they may be influencing our decision-making process. By practicing self-awareness, we can make a more objective decision that is based on facts and evidence, rather than emotion or bias. Evaluate the decision. Once a decision is made, it's important to evaluate the decision and its outcomes. This involves reflecting on the decision-making process, considering the outcome of the decision, and identifying any areas for improvement. By evaluating the decision, we can learn from our experience and make better decisions in the future. Use a decision-making framework. Using a decision-making framework can help us to make better decisions by providing a structure for the decision-making process. This involves using a step-by-step process or model to guide our decision-making, such as the DECIDE model. Define the problem, establish the criteria, consider all alternatives, identify the best alternative, develop and implement a plan, evaluate and monitor the solution. By using a decision-making framework, we can ensure that we are considering all relevant factors and making a more informed decision. Consider the long-term impact. When making a decision, it's important to consider the long-term impact of the decision. This involves considering how the decision may affect our lives or the lives of others in the future, and weighing the potential benefits and drawbacks. By considering the long-term impact, we can make a decision that is more sustainable and that aligns with our long-term goals. Practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness can help us to make better decisions by increasing our awareness of the present moment and our own thoughts and feelings. This involves paying attention to our own thoughts and emotions, and learning to observe them without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can avoid making decisions based on emotional reactions and make more objective decisions. Get comfortable with uncertainty. Making decisions often involves a degree of uncertainty. It's important to get comfortable with uncertainty and learn to make decisions even in the face of uncertainty. This involves accepting that we may not have all the information we need, and being willing to make a decision based on the information that is available. By getting comfortable with uncertainty, we can avoid becoming paralyzed by indecision and make more effective decisions. Avoid analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis is a common problem that can occur when we become so focused on gathering information and weighing options that we become paralyzed and unable to make a decision. To avoid analysis paralysis, it's important to set a deadline for making a decision, and to focus on the most important factors in the decision-making process. By avoiding analysis paralysis, we can make decisions more quickly and efficiently. Trust your intuition. Sometimes our intuition can be a valuable tool in decision-making. While it's important to consider all relevant factors and gather information, it's also important to trust our gut instincts and intuition. By listening to our intuition, we can make decisions that are aligned with our values and that feel right to us. Be willing to make mistakes. Making mistakes is a natural part of the decision-making process. It's important to be willing to make mistakes and learn from them, rather than being afraid of making the wrong decision. By embracing our mistakes and learning from them, we can become more effective decision makers and make better decisions in the future. Consider the emotions involved. Making decisions can often be an emotional process. It's important to consider the emotions involved in the decision-making process, both our own emotions and the emotions of others involved. By considering the emotions involved, we can make a decision that is more empathetic and considerate of the feelings of all stakeholders. Use visual aids. Visual aids can be a helpful tool in decision-making by providing a clear and organized way to present information. This includes tools such as decision trees, flowcharts, and graphs. By using visual aids, we can better understand the information and make a more informed decision. Analyze the risks. Making a decision often involves a degree of risk. It's important to analyze the risks involved in each option and consider the likelihood and potential impact of each risk. By analyzing the risks, we can make a more informed decision that is mindful of potential drawbacks. How to deal with dissatisfaction at work and find ways to improve. Dealing with job dissatisfaction is a common challenge that many people face in their careers. When we are unhappy with our job, it can be difficult to stay motivated and productive. In this article, we will explore some strategies for coping with job dissatisfaction and finding ways to improve our job satisfaction. Identify the source of dissatisfaction. The first step in dealing with job dissatisfaction is to identify the source of dissatisfaction. This involves reflecting on what aspects of the job are causing us to feel unhappy or dissatisfied. By identifying the source of dissatisfaction, we can take targeted action to address the issue. Seek support. Dealing with job dissatisfaction can be a challenging experience. It's important to seek support from trusted friends or colleagues who can provide advice and encouragement. By seeking support, we can feel less alone in our struggles and gain valuable insights that can help us improve our situation. Speak with your supervisor. If the source of dissatisfaction is related to work responsibilities, it may be helpful to speak with your supervisor. This involves having an honest conversation about the challenges you are facing and discussing potential solutions. By speaking with your supervisor, you can work together to find ways to improve the situation. Consider other job options. If the source of dissatisfaction is related to the job itself, it may be helpful to consider other job options. This involves researching other job opportunities and considering how they align with your career goals and values. By considering other job options, you can gain a better understanding of what you want in your career and take steps to pursue those goals. Develop new skills. Developing new skills can be a helpful way to increase job satisfaction and improve career prospects. This involves identifying areas where you can improve your skills, and seeking out opportunities to develop those skills. By developing new skills, you can become more valuable to your employer and open up new career opportunities. Engage in self-care. Dealing with job dissatisfaction can be a stressful experience. It's important to engage in self-care activities that help to reduce stress and improve well-being. This includes activities such as exercise, mindfulness, and spending time with loved ones. By engaging in self-care, we can feel more rejuvenated and better equipped to deal with job dissatisfaction. Find meaning in your work. Finding meaning in our work can be a powerful way to increase job satisfaction. This involves identifying how our work contributes to the larger goals of the organization or society, and finding ways to connect with that purpose. By finding meaning in our work, we can feel more fulfilled and motivated to work towards our goals. Take action. Ultimately, the most important step in dealing with job dissatisfaction is to take action. This involves identifying specific steps that we can take to improve our situation, and taking action to implement those steps. By taking action, we can regain a sense of control over our careers and move towards a more satisfying and fulfilling work life. Set realistic expectations. Setting realistic expectations can be an important step in coping with job dissatisfaction. This involves recognizing that no job is perfect and that there will always be challenges and areas for improvement. By setting realistic expectations, we can avoid feeling disappointed or discouraged when things don't go as planned. Focus on the positives. When we are feeling dissatisfied with our job, it can be easy to focus on the negatives. However, it's important to focus on the positives as well. This involves recognizing the things that we enjoy about our job, as well as the strengths and skills that we bring to the table. By focusing on the positives, we can feel more motivated and optimistic about our work. Seek professional help. If job dissatisfaction is causing significant distress or interfering with daily life, it may be helpful to seek professional help. This involves speaking with a therapist or counselor who can provide support and guidance in coping with the issue. By seeking professional help, we can gain valuable insights and develop strategies to improve our job satisfaction. Take breaks. Taking breaks can be a helpful way to cope with job dissatisfaction and avoid burnout. This involves taking regular breaks throughout the workday, as well as taking time off when needed. By taking breaks, we can feel more rejuvenated and better equipped to handle the challenges of our job. Practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude can be a powerful way to increase job satisfaction and improve overall well-being. This involves taking time each day to reflect on the things that we are grateful for in our job and in our life. By practicing gratitude, we can shift our focus towards the positive aspects of our job and feel more content with our current situation. Network and build connections. Networking and building connections can be a helpful way to improve job satisfaction and open up new career opportunities. This involves attending networking events, reaching out to colleagues or mentors, and building relationships with others in our field. By networking and building connections, we can gain valuable insights and support in our career journey. Embrace change. Finally, it's important to embrace change and be open to new opportunities. This involves recognizing that our career path may not be linear, and that there may be unexpected twists and turns along the way. By embracing change, we can stay open to new opportunities and find ways to grow and develop in our careers. Set realistic expectations. Setting realistic expectations can be an important step in coping with job dissatisfaction. This involves recognizing that no job is perfect and that there will always be challenges and areas for improvement. By setting realistic expectations, we can avoid feeling disappointed or discouraged when things don't go as planned. Focus on the positives. When we are feeling dissatisfied with our job, it can be easy to focus on the negatives. However, it's important to focus on the positives as well. This involves recognizing the things that we enjoy about our job, as well as the strengths and skills that we bring to the table. By focusing on the positives, we can feel more motivated and optimistic about our work. Seek professional help. If job dissatisfaction is causing significant distress or interfering with daily life, it may be helpful to seek professional help. This involves speaking with a therapist or counselor who can provide support and guidance in coping with the issue. By seeking professional help, we can gain valuable insights and develop strategies to improve our job satisfaction.
Experience dealing with anger and finding patience. Dealing with anger is a common challenge that many people face in their daily lives. When we are confronted with anger, whether it's our own or someone else's, it can be difficult to stay calm and patient. In this article, we will explore some strategies for coping with anger and finding ways to cultivate patience. Identify triggers. The first step in dealing with anger is to identify our triggers. This involves reflecting on what situations or events tend to cause us to become angry. By identifying our triggers, we can develop strategies to avoid or manage those situations more effectively. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool for coping with anger and cultivating patience. This involves being present in the moment and observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of our emotions and respond to them in a more constructive way. Take a pause. When confronted with anger, it can be helpful to take a pause before responding. This involves taking a few deep breaths and stepping back from the situation to gain perspective. By taking a pause, we can avoid reacting impulsively and make a more thoughtful and constructive response. Communicate effectively. Effective communication can be a helpful way to manage anger and avoid misunderstandings. This involves listening actively to the other person, expressing our own thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully, and seeking to find common ground. By communicating effectively, we can reduce tensions and find constructive solutions. Use humor. Using humor can be a helpful way to diffuse anger and lighten the mood. This involves finding ways to inject humor into the situation, such as telling a joke or using sarcasm. By using humor, we can reduce tension and create a more positive atmosphere. Practice self-care. Practicing self-care can be a helpful way to manage anger and cultivate patience. This involves engaging in activities that promote well-being and reduce stress, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time with loved ones. By practicing self-care, we can reduce the likelihood of becoming angry and increase our capacity for patience. Seek support. dealing with anger can be a challenging experience. It's important to seek support from trusted friends or family members who can provide advice and encouragement. By seeking support, we can feel less alone in our struggles and gain valuable insights that can help us manage our anger more effectively. Cultivate gratitude. Cultivating gratitude can be a helpful way to increase our capacity for patience and reduce the likelihood of becoming angry. This involves reflecting on the things that we are grateful for in our lives and focusing on the positive aspects of our situation. By cultivating gratitude, we can shift our perspective and feel more positive and patient. Practice forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness can be a powerful way to manage anger and cultivate patience. This involves letting go of resentment and anger towards others and focusing on finding solutions and moving forward. By practicing forgiveness, we can reduce tension and find constructive ways to work through conflicts. Seek professional help. If anger is causing significant distress or interfering with daily life, it may be helpful to seek professional help. This involves speaking with a therapist or counselor who can provide support and guidance in coping with the issue. By seeking professional help, we can gain valuable insights and develop strategies to manage our anger more effectively. Use positive self-talk. Positive self-talk can be a helpful way to manage anger and cultivate patience. This involves replacing negative thoughts with positive affirmations, such as "I can handle this situation calmly" or "I am in control of my emotions." By using positive self-talk, we can reduce the likelihood of becoming angry and increase our capacity for patience. Practice empathy. Practicing empathy can be a powerful way to manage anger and cultivate patience, especially when dealing with others who may be angry. This involves putting ourselves in the other person's shoes and trying to understand their perspective. By practicing empathy, we can reduce tension and find more constructive ways to work through conflicts. Take responsibility for our actions. Taking responsibility for our actions can be an important step in managing anger and cultivating patience. This involves recognizing when we have acted impulsively or inappropriately, and taking steps to make amends or find solutions. By taking responsibility for our actions, we can reduce tension and build more constructive relationships with others. Set boundaries. Setting boundaries can be a helpful way to manage anger and cultivate patience, especially when dealing with difficult or toxic people. This involves communicating our needs and limits clearly and respectfully, and taking steps to enforce those boundaries. By setting boundaries, we can reduce the likelihood of becoming angry and increase our capacity for patience. Find a creative outlet. Finding a creative outlet can be a helpful way to manage anger and reduce stress. This involves engaging in a creative activity that we enjoy, such as painting, writing, or playing music. By finding a creative outlet, we can channel our emotions in a more constructive way and feel more positive and patient. Practice time management. Poor time management can be a major source of stress and frustration, leading to anger and impatience. By practicing time management, we can reduce stress and create a more structured and productive environment. This involves setting priorities, breaking tasks into smaller steps, and delegating tasks when necessary. Cultivate a supportive environment. Cultivating a supportive environment can be a helpful way to manage anger and cultivate patience. This involves surrounding ourselves with people who are positive, supportive, and encouraging, and avoiding those who are negative or toxic. By cultivating a supportive environment, we can reduce stress and feel more positive and patient. Use relaxation techniques. Relaxation techniques can be a helpful way to manage anger and reduce stress. This involves engaging in activities that promote relaxation, such as deep breathing, meditation, or yoga. By using relaxation techniques, we can reduce tension and feel more calm and patient. Practice graciousness. Practicing graciousness can be a powerful way to manage anger and cultivate patience, especially when dealing with difficult people or situations. This involves being kind, respectful, and considerate, even in the face of adversity. By practicing graciousness, we can reduce tension and create a more positive and constructive environment. How to build a healthy and balanced living environment. Building a healthy and balanced living environment is essential for our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. In this article, we will explore some strategies for creating a healthy and balanced living environment. Prioritize self-care. Self-care is an essential component of building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves engaging in activities that promote well-being and reduce stress, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time with loved ones. By prioritizing self-care, we can reduce the likelihood of developing physical or mental health issues and increase our overall well-being. Create a comfortable living space. Creating a comfortable living space is an important step in building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves organizing and decluttering our living space, adding elements that promote relaxation and comfort, and making sure that our living space is clean and well-maintained. By creating a comfortable living space, we can reduce stress and feel more at ease in our daily lives. Eat a balanced diet. Eating a balanced diet is essential for maintaining physical health and well-being. This involves incorporating a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins into our diet, while also limiting processed foods and sugary drinks. By eating a balanced diet, we can reduce our risk of developing chronic health conditions and increase our overall energy and vitality. Engage in regular exercise. Engaging in regular exercise is an important component of building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves finding an exercise routine that we enjoy and that fits into our daily schedule, such as walking, jogging, or yoga. By engaging in regular exercise, we can improve our physical health, reduce stress, and increase our overall well-being. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool for building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves being present in the moment and observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of our emotions and respond to them in a more constructive way, while also reducing stress and increasing our overall well-being. Foster positive relationships. Fostering positive relationships is an essential component of building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves cultivating positive and supportive relationships with family, friends, and coworkers, while also avoiding toxic or negative relationships. By fostering positive relationships, we can reduce stress, increase our sense of belonging and connection, and improve our overall well-being. Set realistic goals. Setting realistic goals is an important step in building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves setting goals that are achievable and manageable, while also being challenging enough to motivate us. By setting realistic goals, we can increase our sense of accomplishment and motivation, while also reducing stress and overwhelm. Manage time effectively. Managing time effectively is an important component of building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves setting priorities, breaking tasks into smaller steps, and delegating tasks when necessary. By managing time effectively, we can reduce stress and overwhelm, while also achieving our goals and increasing our overall well-being. Practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude can be a powerful tool for building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves focusing on the positive aspects of our lives and expressing gratitude for them, while also cultivating a sense of appreciation and contentment. By practicing gratitude, we can reduce stress, increase our sense of well-being, and foster positive relationships. Seek professional help. If we are struggling to build a healthy and balanced living environment, it may be helpful to seek professional help. This involves speaking with a therapist or counselor who can provide support and guidance in coping with the issue. By seeking professional help, we can gain valuable insights and strategies for building a healthy and balanced living environment. Get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep is an important component of building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves establishing a regular sleep routine and ensuring that we get enough quality sleep each night. By getting enough sleep, we can reduce stress, improve our cognitive function, and increase our overall well-being. Practice effective communication. Effective communication is an essential component of building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves communicating our needs and boundaries clearly and respectfully, while also being open to others' needs and perspectives. By practicing effective communication, we can reduce misunderstandings and conflicts, while also fostering positive relationships. Limit screen time. Limiting screen time is an important step in building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves setting limits on the amount of time we spend on electronic devices, such as smartphones, computers, and televisions. By limiting screen time, we can reduce eye strain, improve our sleep quality, and increase our overall well-being. Practice graciousness. Practicing graciousness can be a powerful way to build a healthy and balanced living environment, especially when dealing with difficult or challenging situations. This involves being kind, respectful, and considerate, even in the face of adversity. By practicing graciousness, we can reduce tension and create a more positive and constructive environment. Find a hobby. Finding a hobby that we enjoy can be a helpful way to build a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves engaging in an activity that we find enjoyable and fulfilling, such as gardening, painting, or playing music. By finding a hobby, we can reduce stress, increase our sense of accomplishment, and cultivate a more positive and balanced outlook on life. Take breaks throughout the day. Taking breaks throughout the day is an important step in building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves taking short breaks to stretch, move around, or engage in a calming activity. By taking breaks throughout the day, we can reduce stress and fatigue, improve our cognitive function, and increase our overall well-being. Cultivate a positive mindset. Cultivating a positive mindset is an essential component of building a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves focusing on the positive aspects of our lives and reframing negative thoughts and beliefs. By cultivating a positive mindset, we can reduce stress, improve our emotional well-being, and increase our overall happiness. Practice patience. Practicing patience can be a powerful way to build a healthy and balanced living environment, especially when dealing with difficult or challenging situations. This involves taking a step back, breathing deeply, and responding in a calm and constructive way. By practicing patience, we can reduce tension, improve our relationships, and foster a more positive and balanced environment. Practice self-reflection. Practicing self-reflection can be a helpful way to build a healthy and balanced living environment. This involves taking time to reflect on our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and identifying areas for growth and improvement. By practicing self-reflection, we can become more self-aware and make positive changes in our lives. Seek support from others. Seeking support from others is an important step in building a healthy and balanced living environment. Experience developing analytical thinking skills and logical reasoning. Developing strong analytical and logical reasoning skills is essential for success in many aspects of life, including academics, career, and personal relationships. In this article, we will explore some strategies for developing and honing these important skills. Practice active reading. Active reading is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves reading with a critical eye, asking questions, and making connections between ideas. By practicing active reading, we can improve our ability to identify key concepts and arguments, and develop a deeper understanding of complex texts. Analyze arguments and evidence. Analyzing arguments and evidence is an essential component of logical reasoning. This involves evaluating the validity and reliability of arguments and evidence, and identifying any weaknesses or flaws. By analyzing arguments and evidence, we can develop a more nuanced and informed understanding of complex issues. Seek out diverse perspectives. Seeking out diverse perspectives is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves exposing ourselves to a variety of viewpoints and opinions, and considering them critically and objectively. By seeking out diverse perspectives, we can broaden our understanding of complex issues, and develop more well-informed and nuanced opinions. Practice problem solving. Practicing problem solving is an important component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves breaking down complex problems into smaller, more manageable components, and developing a systematic approach to solving them. By practicing problem solving, we can improve our ability to think critically and creatively, and develop more effective solutions to complex problems. Engage in debate and discussion. Engaging in debate and discussion is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves presenting and defending our opinions, while also considering and responding to opposing viewpoints. By engaging in debate and discussion, we can develop more effective argumentation skills, and learn to think critically and logically in the face of opposing viewpoints. Practice writing. Practicing writing is an important component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves organizing our thoughts and arguments in a clear and coherent manner, and presenting them in a logical and persuasive way. By practicing writing, we can improve our ability to think critically and logically, and develop more effective communication skills. Learn to recognize and avoid logical fallacies. Learning to recognize and avoid logical fallacies is an essential component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves identifying common errors in reasoning, such as ad hominem attacks or false equivalences, and avoiding them in our own arguments. By learning to recognize and avoid logical fallacies, we can develop more effective and persuasive arguments, and avoid common pitfalls in our reasoning. Seek feedback and criticism. Seeking feedback and criticism is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves asking others for feedback on our arguments and reasoning, and considering their critiques and suggestions. By seeking feedback and criticism, we can improve our ability to think critically and logically, and develop more effective communication skills. Practice mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness is an important component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves being present in the moment and observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can reduce distractions and improve our ability to focus and develop more effective and efficient reasoning skills. Continuously learn and grow. Continuously learning and growing is an essential component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves seeking out new information and perspectives, and continually challenging ourselves to think critically and logically about complex issues. By continuously learning and growing, we can stay informed and up to date on important issues, and develop more effective and nuanced reasoning skills. Use logic puzzles and games. Using logic puzzles and games is a fun and effective way to develop analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves engaging in activities such as Sudoku, crossword puzzles, or brain teasers, which require us to think critically and logically. By using logic puzzles and games, we can improve our ability to think creatively and analytically, and develop more effective problem-solving skills. Practice data analysis. Practicing data analysis is an important component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills in today's data-driven world. This involves working with data sets, identifying patterns and trends, and drawing meaningful conclusions. By practicing data analysis, we can improve our ability to think critically and objectively, and develop more effective decision-making skills. Learn to identify and evaluate assumptions. Learning to identify and evaluate assumptions is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves recognizing the underlying beliefs and values that shape arguments and evidence, and evaluating them critically. By learning to identify and evaluate assumptions, we can develop more effective and nuanced arguments, and avoid common pitfalls in our reasoning. Practice active listening and observation. Practicing active listening and observation is an important component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves paying close attention to verbal and nonverbal cues, asking questions, and seeking clarification. By practicing active listening and observation, we can improve our ability to understand complex issues and perspectives, and develop more effective communication skills. Seek out challenging opportunities. Seeking out challenging opportunities is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves taking on new and difficult tasks, and pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones. By seeking out challenging opportunities, we can develop more effective problem-solving skills, and build our confidence and resilience in the face of adversity. Practice flexibility and adaptability. Practicing flexibility and adaptability is an important component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves being open to new ideas and perspectives, and being willing to revise our opinions and approaches as needed. By practicing flexibility and adaptability, we can improve our ability to think critically and creatively, and develop more effective and nuanced reasoning skills. Engage in self-reflection and self-critique. Engaging in self-reflection and self-critique is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves reflecting on our own thought processes and biases, and being willing to critique our own arguments and approaches. By engaging in self-reflection and self-critique, we can develop more effective reasoning skills and avoid common pitfalls in our own thinking. Practice empathy and perspective taking. Practicing empathy and perspective taking is an important component of developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves putting ourselves in others' shoes and considering their perspectives and experiences. By practicing empathy and perspective taking, we can improve our ability to understand complex issues and relationships, and develop more effective communication and problem-solving skills. Seek out mentors and role models. Seeking out mentors and role models is an important strategy for developing analytical and logical reasoning skills. This involves finding individuals who possess strong analytical and logical reasoning skills, and learning from their experiences and insights. By seeking out mentors and role models, we can gain valuable guidance and support, and develop more effective reasoning skills.